Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I had to just sort of accumulate the gist for you guys. The first day the reunion started, I was like on a Monday. When the first episode aired, I just felt that okay, this is just maybe part two. Like I don't know, it was just I couldn't believe that it came to an end. They were just giving it to us small, small. It's almost like the reunion itself has a team. What do I mean by has a team? Okay, the episode one, it was all about DJ Flo and Ruthie's issues. I was so disappointed that a relationship of 10 years just ended in a Big Brother show of just 2 months, I'd be roughly 3 months. Like this Big Brother thing at the end of the day is not even a blessing for some of them. It's almost like a curse in disguise. I don't even know what to see. A 10 years old relationship, it got destroyed because of little misunderstanding. I'll call it little because it was only one side of the story that we heard. Ruthie wasn't present in the reunion. It was only DJ Flo that was there for that episode one. So DJ Flo just said it based on her own side that Ruthie accused her of not standing up for her during the show and during that her fight with Wani and Handy. And yes, it makes sense because if anything, this season, the No Lose Guard season, was kind of a dual season. It was a double season where people came with their partner. So you have common interest, whether you like it or not. You're in the game as team players, you're two in one. So obviously, whatever touches your partner equally touches you because imagine there was a disqualification if one person is disqualified, the person came with a partner, so the both of them are going to go. So, in as much as later on in the show, everyone became individual, but for the majority part of the show, they were playing it as a pair. That was by the way. Then the next one that gave me headache. There's one old song. There are some things that will happen. And that is when you now understand the meaning of one song like that. Zion and Chinwe situation. It reminded me of one old Alicia Keys song. Let me try my best. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. Now, for me, that's the situation of Chinwe and Zion. Like, they keep falling in and out of love, if it's even love at all. This one that she is talking of one for the road. I don't get, people don't realize that the internet never forgets. So you have to be careful with some things that you get carried away by the heat of the moment to say. You might end up regretting it. Zion and Chinwe kept going back and forth. At the end of the day, people like to talk from both sides of their mind. Like, even me inclusive, I'm not saying I don't do that. But the double standard that we have, especially in Africa, when it comes to relationship between a man and a woman. Imagine Chinwe expressing to us that Zion's relatives and family and friends hate her because she said it on the show that she was the one sponsoring. Before, is that all she's doing? And to begin with, it's obvious that Zion is just a male gold digger. They always say it's females that are gold digger, but these days there are so many gold diggers that are also male men. If you know what I'm trying to say to you, she spoke about how he collects money from her, he doesn't pay back, how he just keeps. The only thing for me, I'm happy for Chinwe was that Zion did not embarrass her during the show. At least he respected her to to a large extent. Let me don't say it to a good extent. He didn't disgrace her on air. In as much as that day on that first episode, she gave him the room. I know one thing I like with Chinwe. Chinwe doesn't lie. Everyone knows that Chinwe doesn't lie. She gave him the room to explain himself. Like you could see on her face, it was like anything you see out of Flo. And it's obvious, like when they all gathered for the reunion, looks like Zion was with her. The thing that baffled me was when Zion and Chinwe's case was going back and forth. Nne was trying to put her mouth. She was even saying that Chinwe was calling the guy baby, baby. In cases like Zion and Chinwe's case, you don't really know what Zion goes to tell people about Chinwe. Like I remember yesterday on my live stream, some people were saying some things that Zion was saying about Chinwe, that some of her money was on illegal doings and whatever. Like for me, that's a red flag. That's a man that is jealous of you. Even if at least your baby, you should protect her. And if they arrest her today, they're sitting here with him too, he'll be safe. They'll also arrest him for investigation. But that's by the way. Chinwe always has receipts. And Chinwe is a very smart girl. I really don't know why she's playing that game with Zion, but that's by the way, because at some point I saw it to me, I felt uncomfortable. I was a viewer. I don't know why they allowed that thing to link. I don't know why the editing allowed that part of the Chinwe, or maybe they were trying to understand it, or they were trying to help us understand the relationship between Chinwe and Zion. And that was all for episode one. It was about the DJ Flo that's Flourish and then the Zinways. Then episode 2 came, it was Wani and Onyeka back and forth. See, there was something, if you guys watch this show, to remember, because I reviewed this show to some extent. I kind of watched it critically. Now, before Wani became close to Sean and whatever started between them, brewed between them happened, Onyeka and Sean were already friends. But as soon as Wani came into the picture proper, like they started, it was from Sean's mouth. I heard that you can be an item, but you're not in a relationship. These people, they keep bringing, manifesting new words for us. We're learning every day from them, right? Now, Onyeka and Sean were already friends before Wani came into the picture. And Wani, as soon as she became an item with Sean, according to Sean, she now wanted Onyeka to stay away from Sean. And part of why she called Onyeka for one or two conversations, right? And because Onyeka did not maybe oblige to her demands of staying away from Sean, that was where her beef started. Do you know that Handy and Onyeka would have had a very awesome friendship, but because of the Wani situation with Sean, and Sean was very correct, he wasn't, in as much as, yeah, whatever his name was in the whole situation, but he wasn't fully the problem between the two of them. And if you ask me, the Wani and Onyeka's beef is not even that deep. Last I think, to me, I just see like it's not that deep. I don't know, when I see some people reporting, some bloggers reporting on that Wani and Onyeka's back and forth. To me, it wasn't serious. It wasn't that deep. Okay, look at episode 3, that was of yesterday. You can see that they're even still calling each other bae, abi what, I don't, it's not that deep. See, you see this Big Brother show, we the fans, we are the fanatics that are causing too many confusion among these housemates. And unfortunately, fame and probably the gifting of the fans to this their fave has got these faves acting like robots towards this their fans. So they almost don't even have a life any longer. Yes, if you ask me, and at the end of the day, everything to this, which is supposed to be like that, everything about this Big Brother franchise is more like, not even more like, it's actually marketing and pushing yourself forward, right? So it was, episode 2 was basically Wani Onyeka going back and forth, and then that was it, right? Then episode 3 yesterday had to also do with okay, no, even episode 2, sorry, episode 2 also, they brought the issue about Chinwe and Nelly, about the jewelry thing. And I was happy that thing came up. I was really happy about that it came up, and they sort of just leveled up everything. And there's something I wanted to add. Who normally leaks out most of the information of this reunion? Do you know that virtually all of the things we heard on the streets of social media pertaining this reunion turns out to be true? And I'm like, who normally, look, production needs to start swearing oath or they need to start signing all those NDAs where you don't come out and say things, because literally half of the reunion story was already on social media even before it started airing, right? So Nelly's situation and Chinwe's situation was addressed. That was in yesterday's episode 2, I mean. Then episode 3, which happens to be yesterday because I'm filming this now today on a Thursday, it had to do with Indini. Do you know that situation between Indini finding out that the niece and the aunt are not in talking terms? The niece has even moved out of the aunt's house. Honestly, it broke my heart. I'm like, why? A reality show like Big Brother can actually come in between family. Wow, then this thing is way more serious than we even thought. Like, you could even see even the remaining cast members were down, like they were disappointed. Onyeka and Chizoba fought like mad in that house, but it didn't come in between their relationship. But I was surprised about that of the Indians. But that's by the way. So the next one that they spoke about was the Aces versus the Strees. Right? There was some back and forth there. Nelly was almost even an issue at some point, or rather looked like an issue, because when Nelly came into the house, the first person she gravitated towards, or the first person that gravitated towards her, was actually what's his name of this fine guy? How did I forget the guy of these? Oh, why would I forget that guy's name? Oh, That guy, that clean guy. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Why did I forget his name? Oh, I'm so angry with myself. But the one of the guy of the streets, yeah, he was the bone of contention. Like, okay, Nelly almost became the bone of contention between him and Such. Right? How did I forget his name? But you guys know his name, Sha. When I remember his name, I'll put it on the screen there. And everything was settled. I was like, you see the difference between ladies and guys. Now, when Onyeka and Wani were having their back and forth, everywhere was filled up. Everybody was talking at the same time. But when Suj and this guy from the Aces, that's when Suj from the Aces was having his communication with this guy from Streets, you could see that there was a proper communication. When Suj was talking, the guy was quiet. When the guy was talking, Suj was quiet. And there was a communication that we both heard, that we all heard, I mean, right? And that one was washed down under the carpet. And basically that was it. So I look at it like they're just doing the thing bit by bit. But I love the energy they began with. The energy was hot, and I hope it continues. Okay, not thank God, because the energy cannot be continuous like that. But let's just see how it goes. And okay, there was a little bit of questioning on for Victoria as well. And Victoria said something. He's today that we will now hear the remaining. She said that Ozzy was not the issue between she and Onyeka. These housemates have started gaslighting us already. Like they have started, because you know, one thing about the this Big Brother show is that when it comes to reunion, these housemates, they make us feel like, okay, if they as the actors forgot, we as the viewers, we've not forgotten, But she said that Ozzy was not the issue between she and Onyeka. All right, now today we will know what the issue is. All right, please subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw here. Meanwhile, I normally live stream the show, so if you want to be part of this our conversation, and after live streaming the show, we normally used to gist. There's usually a meeting after a meeting. You understand? So please kindly subscribe so that whatever is happening here will get to you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much, and bye.